Jeff Cowan from Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk with my weekly podcast entitled Right Service, Write Your Own Paycheck, The Path to Making $100,000 or more if you're writing service in the United States or Canada today. As we're filming this, as I tell you every week, 20% of you are making that kind of money, which means 80% of you are not. So how do you get those type of numbers? You keep coming back to this podcast and you listen to me. You take my advice. You use my process. You use my techniques. Memorize my word tracks I'm going to give you, and I will put you on the path to making $100,000 or more. If you're already making $100,000, you should watch too, because I'll show you how to make even more than that. That's the kind of guy I am. I want everybody to be as successful as possible. Well, here recently, we've been on a thing, at least the last podcast we did, we were talking about if you're a newbie to the business, how can you get yourself on the quick path to success? Well, that generated all kinds of text and emails and telephone calls to me where people were asking a lot of questions about that were new. And it seemed like it was, as a matter of fact, 8 to 1 of the messages I got came from people who had been in the job for less than 2 months. And one of the things that they're asking is well, to do this and to make money, how do you become a good closer? What's the quickest way to do that? What's a closer like? What kind of things do I need to develop in myself? And there's many, many different ways I could take that question and go, but I'm going to share something with you here that's kind of short and sweet. What I'm going to share with you today is what the makeup of a closer really is. Before I get into that, though, I want to point out, if you've probably already noticed, the set looks a little bit different here today, and the reason it does is because the last several days and the next few days, we've reset the set here because I'm filming a lot of brand new content for our online training and our DVDs and the like. I mean, hours and hours. We're talking 15 hours plus here, and we just didn't have time to rebuild the set and then tear it down so I could finish doing that. So today it's going to look like this. All right, so back to the topic here. All right, so you're new at this. All right, so what's a closer like? What's the type of skills I need to develop to become a good closer? So let's just do a simple one here today because there's a lot of direction I could go on this, and let's take a look at what the makeup of a closer is. There's basically 5 areas you need to be concerned with, so let's get into them right now. The first is product knowledge. That's 5% of what a closer is. They have product knowledge. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't master your product knowledge. I'm not saying you should know everything about your product possible, and you should know everything about your competitors' products, because you should. But I'm just telling you, it's only 5% of being a closer. So many times in the auto industry, you get into writing service, and you've got all these different vehicles with all these different parts and all the different years and stuff, and we start to freak out over the product knowledge. And here's the thing. You don't have to have a lot of product knowledge, at least initially, to be successful. Think about it. Your job as an advisor is to greet customers when they come in, make them feel comfortable, show some enthusiasm, right? Make them feel comfortable, and then ask what brought them in, ask them what their concern is, ask for a description by using diagnostic questions, and write that down. Because we all know the last thing you want to do when you're on a service drive is diagnose what's going on with the customer's car on the drive. Your job is to simply get the information and pass it on to the experts, in this case, the expertly trained technicians you have. You don't have to know a lot about the product to get started in this and be wildly successful. As a matter of fact, I know hundreds, no exaggeration, I know hundreds of service advisors who for the first 6 to 12 months they were writing service made outstanding money. As a matter of fact, were the #1 writers on their drive but had very little product knowledge. And it took them several years to get up to where they knew just about everything they needed to know. So 5% in the makeup of a closer, that's only 5%. Fun. Okay, you got to be fun, right? That's 5% on the makeup of a closer. Okay, people didn't come to be entertained. They like it if you can make them laugh. They like it if you're a fun person to be around, but they didn't come here to be entertained. So 5%, fun. Manners and charm, 7%. So many times I see people come into this job and they think they can charm their way through it. They can manner their way through it, and it's important. I mean, you don't want to be rude to anybody. You don't not want to be charming, but it's only about 7% of it. Now, obviously, here we've got some more to go, but before we do, I need to do a quick advertisement, let you know something. I've got a 2-day workshop entitled The 6-Step Road to Service Department Success that I've updated. Now, this is the best one I've ever taken out on the road. I've been working very diligently on it. I got some new stuff on there. I mean, it is killer. This is all stuff we've used on the service drive with great success. We've shown people how to get the highest sales numbers, how to get their survey scores in the top 5% in the nation within 90 days, and how to get their customer retention well above 80% within 9 months. All that's in there, plus so much more. You got to get signed up for one of these. I'm taking it to 4 cities here this fall. I'm taking it to Toronto, to Phoenix, Arizona, Atlanta, Georgia, and my hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana. That's where I was born and raised. I live in California now, but I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. All these cities are great. All these vineyards are great, and these are selling out very quickly. You need to get signed up. Why are you jacking around with your career? If your numbers are not number one on your drive, if it's a shop, if they're not number one in your district or region, why are you screwing around? If you're going to be there all day long, you need to maximize the opportunity. Get in one of these workshops. Let me get you the word tracks. Let me get you the processes. Let me get you the mindset you need to maximize the opportunity. If you're going to be there all day long, why not maximize opportunity? We're talking about your livelihood here. We're talking about your career. If you're a business, call us up. I might have a special for you. If you're an individual that works for a company and you're going to have to spend your own money to come to one of these workshops, money will not keep us apart. You want to come, I'll get you in the workshop. All right, now, the way you get signed up is you go to automotiveservicetraining.com, automotiveservicetraining.com, and get registered there. Or you dial 1-800-248-2931, 1-800-248-2931, and get yourself signed up for one of these. I'm telling you, now's the time. Be the best you can be. I got some great stuff. I guarantee you this is the best workshop I've ever taken out of the road in my 30 years of doing it. You know, if you don't have time to go to a workshop, then invest in my online training programs. Call that number I gave you a second ago, and our people will tell you all about it. It's never been easier, okay? And I will get this done for you. I get this done. Quit messing around. Why you want to show up and just be an also-ran? Come on. All right, back to this. We were talking about the makeup of a closer because so many of you called in and said, look, if I want to be a good closer, what am I trying to build within myself? Well, as we discussed, there's 5 things. So product knowledge, that's 5% of the makeup of a closer. Being fun, that's 5%. Manners and charm, that's 7%. Empathy and understanding, now we're going to get into some big stuff here. Number 4, empathy and understanding, 28%. 28% of being a closer is having the ability to show empathy and understanding. When your customers come in, they're going to come in and they're going to be a little bit frustrated sometimes. They're going to be a little bit scared. There's some fear here. There's concerns, right? And your ability to calm them down and show empathy and understanding of what they're telling you is it's 28% of being a great closer. Being able to stand there and listen to them, not cut them off, nod your head, and even say things. I understand where you're coming from. You know, I really feel for what the concern you're having here. We've seen this before. You were smart to come here. Nobody's better at handling these type of situations than us. You know, you're not the first one to have this. Empathy and understanding, 28% of the makeup of being a good closer. And then what finally, number 5, gets the biggest share of it, 55% of being a great closer is enthusiasm and passion. When these people come in, they don't want to deal with somebody that's angry, that seems rushed, that seems like they're being put out because they have to stop and deal with the customer. They want somebody that's enthused and passionate about what they're doing. Because when you show enthusiasm and passion, it drops those walls. It drops those fears on the customer. It gets rid of that frustration. It gets rid of their irritation, and it makes it easier for them. So the makeup of a closer, again, let me go over this. 5% is product knowledge, 5% is being fun, 7% manners and charm, 28% the ability to display and have the discipline to use empathy and understanding. I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Customer. Many people have felt the same way. And a full 55% goes to enthusiasm and passion. If you've got that, you can close. If you got that, you can be successful. If you got that, you can reach the milestone of making 6 figures writing service on a service drive in the automotive industry. It's really just about that easy, okay? I know this is a great message and you guys are loving this stuff. I'm going to come back next week with another great message I know you're going to love. But in the meantime, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go out and find as many customers as you can, and I want you to show them the enthusiasm and passion, the empathy and the understanding that you're fun, you have manners, you're charming, and you know enough about your product to help them out. I want you to get them excited. I want you to sell them your products. I want you to take the commission and start living the lifestyle that you deserve. You work hard. Your family deserves this type of lifestyle. You deserve this type of lifestyle because between now and next week, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get as many people as I can excited about my products. I'm going to get them to say yes to my training and my products, and I'm going to make them successful. And by making them successful, they're going to give me the commission I need to continue to live the life that I deserve because I'm living the dream life, and I'm loving it, and you will too. Get on the bandwagon. Call us. Jeff Cowan here from Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk. See you next week with another outstanding podcast. Take care.